Hey G-Fans, today I want to have a quick discussion with you about my thoughts on the recently leaked Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong figures. Now unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you the images of the figures. I've already received one falsely given copyright strike from Warner Brothers for talking about King Kong of the Showa era, something they don't even have the rights to, so I'm not going to press my luck here. If you haven't seen the figures yet, I'll give a link down in the description so you can see what they look like and follow along with the discussion. First off, let's take a look at the standard Kong and Godzilla figures. These are the smaller figures of the set, and both of them appear to have the battle damage gimmick that we've seen before on Jurassic Park toys. However, when you look a little closer at their battle injuries, they do look like they would fit realistically into a Godzilla vs. Kong fight. Looking at Godzilla first, we notice that his injury appears to be a slice on his chest, one that could easily have been done by a large axe. We already know from the last Playmate toy leak a while back that it appeared that Kong was carrying a stone axe. Well, if we look at the newer leaked image of the Kong figure here, we notice that he still has an axe, but it's not a stone one this time. Instead, it appears to be made from a dorsal fin from Godzilla, which to me is an amazing idea since we already know these spines can be damaged from his encounter with the Muto Prime. Either way, it's entirely possible that one of these axes were responsible for slicing open the chest of Godzilla. And on the opposite side, we can see that Kong's battle damage appears to be a large open wound on his right shoulder and arm. The kind of damage that Kong may receive if Godzilla were to bite down onto that arm, locking down and tearing into the flesh. Moving along, we have the larger figures with Mega Kong and Mega Godzilla. And that's Mega, not Mecha. Now we've seen in the other recent leaks that Kong is going to be around the same height as Godzilla. According to other recent information, this could be attributed from Kong receiving massive amounts of radiation or some other energy source from down below in the hollow earth. In my opinion, I'm betting this is where we get Mega Kong. The ape kaiju grows and is powered up after spending time down below, becoming a truly mutated titan. Now getting to Mega Godzilla, this is a different story. We've seen this figure in the earlier leaks, so this is the second time that we've seen this image of Godzilla wearing this red armor on his back. Some early speculation was that Godzilla would have his dorsal spines damaged and that this armor would take their place, allowing him to still charge up and blast that atomic breath. But now we can see on this figure here that he appears to have his dorsal spines intact, possibly minus the one on Kong's axe, and he is even charged up and glowing blue while wearing the red armor. Now I don't think that armor is holding him back, otherwise he wouldn't have the name of Mega Godzilla. Instead, I think it's enhancing or helping him contain an extra amount of power. One of my theories is that Godzilla also somehow ends up down in the hollow earth near that same power source that creates Mega Kong. It could be possible then that this increase in power would be just too much, and that this armor is helping to regulate the new extreme power levels, keeping Godzilla from going critical like he almost did at the end of King of the Monsters. The other theory that I have is one that I've heard from a few other people online, and that's that the armor is simply some kind of upgrade, giving Godzilla the power up that he needs to defeat either Mega Kong or Mecha Godzilla. With the last two figures, one of them is just a small little skull crawler, and although it's nice to finally get another skull crawler figure, this one looks really basic, but it's the other small basic looking figure that has everyone intrigued. Getting announced here, our new titan for the film appears to be called Nozuki, a monster that looks like a mix between a bat and a cobra or some kind of snake. I've even heard other people talking about concept art of a cobra looking titan, leading people to think that this is the monster in question. But I have a different theory on not only what this titan is, but where it came from. We know from the cutscene at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters that Jonah acquired the head that was torn off of King Ghidorah from Godzilla. We also know that this head is supposed to be tied somehow to Mechagodzilla in Godzilla vs. Kong. Well, I think that information may be a little bit off because I think it is tied to Godzilla vs. Kong, but I also think that the head is tied to the Nozuki Titan figure revealed by Playmates. While everybody else is busy saying that it looks like a cobra and a bat, all I can see in this thing is King Ghidorah. The wings on the figure look very close to King Ghidorah's wings. The snake body is just like the long necks of each head of King Ghidorah, and it even has some kind of tip on the end of its tail, just like Ghidorah. Now we know that the MonsterVerse Ghidorah is able to regenerate, so what if this is a stage of that head regenerating? We have evidence from the newspaper articles at the end of King of the Monsters that not only was Monarch building mechanized titans like Godzilla, but it also said that they had tried their hands at making organic titans as well. Is Nozuki one of these organically grown titans? In a sense, a child of Ghidorah. Now for all I know, it's simply a new Cobra Bat Titan, and I'd be fine with that as well, but I couldn't help but notice the similarities to a certain three-headed dragon. So what do you guys think on this? Is that battle damage random, or is it actually taken from the film? Is that new red armor on Godzilla adding to his power, or simply containing it? And is Nozuki its own creation, or some spawn of Ghidorah? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.